For demonstration purposes only, we're overloading the SDR with our own signal. We're at 40 over 9. I don't like to do this. There's no skip out there. The whole enchilada's turned on. And this is not good for the SDR radio. But we're going to go ahead and do something for the sake of demonstration. I need to get the signal to fit on the screen. So I need to figure out how in the hell they do that. Settings. We're going to go to spectrum range and drop the range. Oh, by the way, this is something I want to make sure people understand does not affect what's going on here. So I'm going to go to the channel below. So, I'm going to drop the range to a point that's going to be real easy to see on the scope. And we're going to look at it right here at about 35, just a hair over, but we're going to call it 35, we'll call it 36. 36 dB. All right, that's where our carrier is. Now, we're going to shut this off, get this out of the way, and we're going to hope I can do this quickly. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Oh, no, I can't. I was going to freeze this. I don't know how to do it. Anyway, okay, so our extreme edges of the channel, 5 kilohertz up, 5 kilohertz down, is 10 kilohertz total from 27020 to 27030. Center frequency at 27025. Now what we're going to do is look at the edge of the frequency right here. Hello, check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the strongest point. And that's the strongest peak point, not even the average point. Average is even better in my favor. But I'm going to take the peak point right here. The worst case possible. Hello, test, hello. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, run right there. So that's going to be 82, roughly 83, 82 dB. That's how far down I am at the edge of my frequency. Now, what that shows is that at a difference between 82 or 83, whatever dB, minus 36 is 47 dB. So we're 47 dB.
What are you doing right there?
Doggone it. The radio unkeyed, the Richard. So 47 dB is our difference between our carrier and our down point at the edge of our channel. I hate when that happens. Hang on here. Okay, there we go. So then we're overloading the receiver badly. And then let's take a look at our difference between our strongest sideband in relation to the carrier. So the strongest sideband, hello, check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sideband is right here. Sibilance, 1, 2, 3, 4, sibilance. That's not really an average. Hello, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right about here. Sibilance, sibilance, sibilance. Okay, so that right there is going to be right at 60. All right, so our strongest sideband is down from our carrier at minus 36. Is 24 dB down. All right, that's within channel, and it's narrow. That's within. Let's go down. Let's go down here to about 3.5 kilohertz, whatever it is, right there. Hello, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 2,800, almost 29, almost 3,000 cycles. All right, back to full frequency. And there it is. Now let's do a bleed-over test. By the way, we're overloading the receiver, and we're at 40 over 9 on the signal strength. We've got our difference here, and now I'm going to go down to the next channel down. Oops, we're at the wrong frequency here. Let's go back up again here. Not that it matters, but anyway, just to make sure it's all right. Now we're going to go down a channel. doggone clean. Let's go up. Down again here, back to the center slot. That right there is clean. Even though the skirt at this point right here continues to slope down a full channel out in either direction, it is not a problem because of the dB down from the carrier. If you look at the specs on either commercial broadcast or CB, it's so many dB down. 30, by the way, is the magic number. It's way up here somewhere. It's so many dB down at the edge of your frequency. Now, in a CB radio, it happens to be something like 2,500 hertz. Sorry, 3,500 hertz. I think it's 3,500 hertz, and you're allowed to be down 30 dB down. So I'm way below. At the key and unkey again. I'm way below that. So I'm cleaner than what the FCC rules and regulations say you're supposed to be. All right? And now I go out to the extreme bandwidth where I do have energy deliberately, and I'll prove that because I can go in right down here. You can hear how there's a little bit less highs right there, sibilance, and there's a little bit more highs. So I'm deliberately putting energy out there in the highs, but those highs allow me to have a little bit more bass. And now I'm back in here. Now if I go back down here very narrow, you can hear what happens. I can start losing the highs. All right, but this is your standard channel extreme bandwidth right there. Motor mouth mall cruising, and one more bleed over test. Let's go back. Five, six, seven, eight. Over one channel up, one channel down at that little extreme. I mean, that's nothing. I wouldn't even worry about that. Now, the question is, how much high frequencies do you have to give up to make that bleed over go away? Let's find out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my audio processing stuff, and I'm going to deliberately start closing in on the high frequencies. And it's going to sound horrible because you need them. But I'm going to close in on the high frequencies and see what happens, and we'll find out where the bleed over goes away at 40/9. So here it comes. First with the...
Now, if a person didn't have anybody, I don't know who this is, if a person didn't have any bleed over at 40/9, this is how narrow their audio has to be. And if you take away all the bass and try to make it sound crystal clear, you can't, because there's no high frequency response. So it's ridiculous for anybody. Let me turn back this out here again.
It's ridiculous for anybody to assume or think or say, let me unkey real fast, to say that you have to have no bleed over whatsoever, one channel, either direction. It's not a matter of yes or no. It's not black and white. It's a gray area. But the gray area is defined. It's defined by so many decibels down at the extreme edge of your bandwidth from your carrier. And in my case, I'm way down out here at the highs. I'm higher over here, but that's within the channel, well within the channel. Now let me just do this. Let me go ahead and go to 10 kilohertz right here, and you can see I don't have a lot of energy. I don't have any energy to speak of. Nothing that you can hear up there at 10 kilohertz. You just can't hear it. It's not there. You hear the difference when you get down here. But at 5 kilohertz on either side, or a total of 10, that's it. That's the max. Now, that's what my signal looks like And anybody who sees this on SDR and thinks that anything that's from this point out means anything, it does not mean a damn thing. All right, so make sure you see that and understand that. What matters is what's happening between this point and this point right over here. That area under the curve, that area is what we care about, and that's what matters. Now, if this area from here to the top of the carrier was a straight line all the way up like this and all the way down like that, like a lot of them are, that's severely overmodulated, extreme intermediate ether-mod distortion, and it should never look like that. On a textbook perfect signal with a person with a great voice, it'll look better than mine. It'll come out here, and it'll probably about somewhere in this range, and it'll slowly come out here to this point and then fall off. I'm missing a tremendous amount of audio in this hole, right in this range. But I cannot put that audio in there without making my audio sound boxy. So I've chosen deliberately to eliminate this. That was a rather recent choice. But that elimination of that signal does not affect bleedover. Bleedover is affected by this. And bleedover is categorized in two different ways. One, adjacent channel rejection, or if you want to call it adjacent channel bleedover, that's what I'm producing right here, but it's such at a low degree, it's not there. It's not worth worrying about. The other is absolute splatter. Splatter insinuates that you're killing the entire spectrum. And I'm not doing that. So you've seen plenty of videos. Sorry about that. Now I'm showing you this at 40 over 9. I don't usually ever hit anybody at a true 40 over 9. Some people say I'm hitting them at 60 over or 50 over. I think there's some bad S meters. But this thing's pretty accurate. This is real. And that's 40 over 9. And that's overloading the SDR. And that's the audio that you're getting right there. So anyway, that's the real deal. That's what's going on. Look at the S meter up here. It's almost pegged. Hello, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The S meter up here is just stuck, and this thing is stuck. And I think it's about time to stop beating on my SDR at this point. I'm also sucking up a tremendous amount of power out of the wall. So anyway, that's what's going on. And one more bleed over test, because I know people are going to rewind and listen to it again. Here's the bleed over. Three, four, let's go up a channel. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is what's really going on my station. Now I gotta make this video public. Y'all take care. Motor Mouth Mall, KC6, MFX, your West Coast Beast. Sometimes called Mr. Consistent, sometimes called the world's biggest splatterbox. Gotta love it. Let's hear that splatter again. I want to hear the splatter. I like the splatter. 40 over 9. Hello, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got down.